Alright, and hello. Let's get this started. I'm quite tired again today, but we're gonna play anyways. Anyway, we're gonna get started with doing whatever content I really feel like. So right now, we're gonna talk to first Munchlax. Hello. 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 Alright. Munchlax is fine. Kimiko, I have something important to discuss with you. I heard an odd rumor. I believe it may be the key to unlocking the mysteries behind massive mass outbreaks. You must first acquire 10 mushroom cakes. Then bring them to the secret hollow in the Alabaster Icelands. I call this my tricky treat strategy. I'll be waiting for you in the Alabaster Icelands in the secret hollow. I really like how the game just kind of does that moment of, humor. Just like Mai's jokes falling flat like that. Anyways, we are in the end game. So I could just buy those, but here's the thing. I know I have plenty of cake of mushrooms, so I'm just going to buy the cake wood. And let's go over here to make them. Anyways, we are in the second post-game now. We know what is up with Volo, and I think he is really one of my favorite Pokemon villains because of how they really tried to treat his story. Like, he was always that slightly off character in the games, but for a while it's just like, well, he's just that Pokemon character who's like that. It's like, if I were better at voices, I would have given him James's voice. He's just like that. He's your friend, but he's also there. He's got so very, well, not very, a while ago. It feels like a very long time ago for me. I once described Barry as your rival if your rival were still your friend, but still too self-absorbed to be a good friend. Or he's your rival, but it's his self-absorption that does that. So like, with Barry, what he wants absolutely gets in your way. He wants to battle you at every turn. And like, I think that is what actually makes him the rival of the game more than anything else. Like, what he wants gets in the way of... Oh, did I make the cake lures? I did. Where am I going? Well, anyways. I'm quite tired today. Anyways, no, Barry... So one of the things with rivals is that there's two ways that the Pokemon Company could have gone about it. Oops. And I think that a very key one... shoot. Yeah, so... There's two ways to go about rivals. One of them... shoot, which one? Also, I don't even remember where I'm going. Hi, I'm quite tired today. So anyways, I was on a topic. I was talking about Volo and rivals. Like, I feel like the Pokemon Company could have done something quite obvious with Volo and like really set him up to be your enemy. Like, have him be a true rival from the beginning. Like, have him want to battle you at every turn possible, because that's what they would have done with him from the beginning in the old games. Like, here is your rival. He thinks that you're in his way, and he's going to battle you at each turn that he can. That's what they would have done in the past with his character. Whereas in this game, that's not what they did. Instead, they set him up to be kind of buddy-buddy with you, but he never went out of his way really to try to fight you, except for at the beginning. Am I in? Yes, I'm in the right cave. Okay. So, like, I feel like in the past with Volo, they might have like tried to set him up to be your rival in the game, and like the story would have been much different in the past. Like, they would have set him up to be your rival and made Giratina the main antagonist of the game. Sorry, this is gonna have spoilers. They would have set him up to be they would have set Giratina up to be the main villain of the game, and Volo as incidental to the plot. It made him your rival, I feel. And maybe gone a bit more of a silver route with him. But that's the thing, they didn't. Instead, what they did was set him up to be sort of a side character in your story, but have him still very much in the plot of it. Like, he's the information guy. He's the guy that knows maybe a little bit too much of legends and stuff, and quite honestly, he doesn't. And like setting him up to be like I believe in the past there used to be a trainer class called Rune Maniac. Setting him up to be the Rune Maniac of the game. Sorry, I'm really tired today, so my sentences are going to be all over the place, as are my thoughts. But like, here's the thing. The Pokemon Company set him up as a side character. Or, because he's not really a deuteragonist. He doesn't have that large of a... The deuteragonist? I don't know how to say that word. But it's the name for the character that isn't the main character, but the story is still about them. When I say main character, I mean player character, but at the same time, in other stories too. She did say to go to the Alabaster Icelands, right? Oh, that's the secret hollow. Shoot. Right, anyways. My thoughts about Volo. I feel like in the past, the Pokemon Company might have tried to set him up as your rival in the story. And, like, had him battle you quite often. And I feel like that actually would have detracted from his role more. Because if they had done that, then that would have been setting him up as a villain in the story way too early on, and then they would have done the bait and switch, and then instead set him up as the side villain, sort of, and made Giratina, who would have come out of nowhere by that point, set him up to be... I said him. Set them up. Because, as far as I know, Giratina doesn't have a gender, so them. So yeah, I feel like in the past they would have set Volo up to be your rival slash... not even villain in the story, just in your way. They would have set him up to be in your way in the past more, and then set Giratina up to be the main villain in the story. And I feel like that would have detracted from the story because, one, they don't introduce Giratina into the story at all until the end. And if they had waited to do that, then it would have been a little bit more story stealing, show stealing. And, well, the opposite of a red herring. Or, oh god, again, there is a term for this. And where you have a character come out of the blue. Ganon? Well, Ganon. The storyline would have been Ganon. To use, Legend of Zelda meanings. Where the villain of every story in Legend of Zelda is almost always Ganon. Oh, taken over by Ganon. That's it. There is another term for that sort of plot line. I just don't remember it off the top of my head, but the trope term is something to do with Ganon, because, well, Zelda. And I feel like if they had done that, then it would have weakened the overall story. And, like, they would have had to reframe things and make it like Giratina is the one that gave Volo the spooky plate in order to entice him into trying to find the rest of the plates. Whereas the framing that they did with this game, I'm too far away. Anyways, yeah, like, you don't even necessarily have to rewrite it, you just have to reframe it. Where, yes, Giratina is the one who gives Volo the plate. But Giratina, they're both using each other at the end of the day in this game, whereas in the past they might have framed it more of Giratina using him. And I've been on a bit of a Good Omens kick right now, so I'm getting, like, I am getting very Western Christian mythology angles in my interpretation right now, so I do apologize for that. And that's also why I'm probably going to stop this thought process right now, because that's not really an angle you should ever really take with Pokemon games. Like, I know there's definitely circles of fandom that call Giratina Pokemon Satan, but something important to remember... Dang it! Something important to remember with the Pokemon games is that they are made in Japan first. Is it finally close enough for me to try to catch it? Finally! Yeah. So, like, there is the running joke of Giratina is Pokemon Satan, but that's a very Western, not just Christian influenced point of view. Now, you can argue like, oh, I'm not Christian and stuff like that, and that's very valid, but there's a lot of Western media that is influenced by Christian tropes. I'm just going to call them tropes right out. And like, that was some of the analysis for Evangelion, whereas the main director has gone on the record saying like, oh, we only did that because we thought it looked cool. They didn't know anything about what it all meant, which is like people getting tattoos of kanji and not really knowing what the kanji mean. Anyways, in the past they might have framed Giratina as the villain, but by framing Volo as the villain and in being able to framing Volo as the villain in the story, a human, you get what I feel is a much stronger storyline. Like, Volo is introduced to us much earlier in the story than they could ever have introduced Giratina to the story. And two, by firmly establishing that Volo is the one who convinced Giratina to open the space-time rift, like, you really help to frame it in context of both the future of Sinnoh, where Cyrus is the one, like, Volo wants to do what Cyrus wants to do, and that is remake the world. Volo wants answers for questions that he's been asking and no one has been answering. And he wants a world where those questions can be answered. Anyways, let's get back to that later and take care of a plot. Will you wait for my... Wow. So yeah, by establishing Volo, a human, as the villain, it establishes a whole lot of stuff for the story of Cyrus doing in the future what Volo does now, and Volo doing what he does, establishing like why the Sinnoh people probably had to leave as well, and the Veilstone guy. Anyways, I will wait for my... So that's my whole point, is Volo has been a really good character. Did you bring me 10 mushroom cakes? You only needed 10? Well done. Wang. Mushroom cakes. and some quality ones at that. Now we're just getting started, leave the rest to me. You can return to Daybreak Village. I'll share how successful my strategy was when I'm finished. Alright. So we go back to Jubilife. I think I'm actually quite done in the Alabaster Islands because I evolved Glaceon. Anywho, that's kind of my thoughts. Kimiko! Wait, Leon, I don't remember. Oh. Kimiko, I had a visit from Melly. He came all the way just to boast about giving you some avguav berries. He said you lit up with so much joy that your smile nearly split your face. I can't imagine that was the case. I'm sure it was a confused grimace or a smile you merely forced yourself to give him out of pity, but I still can't let myself be outdone by him. So I've been looking for you all over Hisui. To give you this, my very own reward to you. It is, naturally, far superior to anything Melly can offer. Oh, and I did see one of those mass outbreaks on my way here to find you. I wonder if they might be caused by the geology of the place where they occur. Perhaps there's some mysterious kind of stone in the ground which draws Pokemon near. Oh, and I had a message for you from Mai. She said she would like to meet you in Jubilife Village. Mai said that? Yeah, she's been waiting for you there. Though I suppose it's more accurate to say that she's been chatting away with Tsumugi from the Security Corps about Bidoof. As for me, I think I may visit the hot springs since I've come all this way. Do be careful of any mass outbreaks as you head back. Strong Pokemon might appear. You know, I really should have realized something was up because I did see my smile and I was going to mention that. Well, let's find out about something. So first, let's do this. Yeah, kind of what I thought. Also, the mushrooms I know are liked by monstrous Pokemon, so interesting. Anyways. But yeah, Volo I think has been Volo's been a very good villain in the Pokemon games. When for a while Pokemon's been having trouble writing that sort of character. I say that because, again, like, I did enjoy the X and Y games, but one of my issues with them is definitely the the antagonist characters in that game. But anyways, hey Mai. So, Mai, what's on your mind? Mushroom cakes? What in the world are you talking about? Mushroom cakes and strategies? Mom. Come to think of it, Irida also came to me with an odd request. She asked me for hardy grain, so I gathered some for her. Could there be some Pokemon taking the guise of people to stir up mischief? None of this is why I called you here, Mind. I meant to tell you that a mass outbreak has been reported in the Coordinate Highlands. The next step in our research is to investigate the Coordinate Highlands. Let's find out what we can. Or something to that effect. If you're ready, shall we go out to investigate? Yep. Very good. We should start out from the Highlands camp then. Now then, let us continue our investigations into these outbreaks here in the Coordinate Highlands. Himiko! And Mai. I hurried here because of a vision my clairvoyant showed me. Some poor soul was running for their life from a bunch of alphas. I just barely saved them. As I feared then, these massive mass outbreaks really are growing out of hand. Kimiko, we must endeavor to find the truth behind why they keep happening. Big packs of Pokemon might not be much trouble if you've got a trusty partner, but if you don't, eep, I'm just scared thinking about it. You did well to save that person, Sabi. You're as fine a protector as any lord or lady Pokemon. Thanks, Mai. If my clairvoyant shows me anyone else in trouble, I'll do my best to save them too. Just be careful while you're out there, okay? She's right. I know how strong you are, but we should move with caution here. Hi, Munchlax. Okay, I'm gonna go and switch my Pokemon real quick. Because, well, Frozone is not stronger than Samurott. So, let's get going and let's feed Munchlax some stuff. Alright, so if I go here, then I'll be in a good place. If I go here, I'll be... Ooh. Alright, so there's... Oh, I just put a stamp there. Because I wanted to remember there was a tree. But if I go to this place... Oops. Then I can get some more berries, and if I go to a different place up the mountain, I'll be able to get some, what do I call it? Anyways, did I bring leopard berries with me? I did, good. But anyways, the thing with Snover is that I'm not entirely sure I'm not entirely sure how much of Pokedex. Anyways, yeah, I need to see. I think the thing for me, Snover are... You know what? Let's just try catching one of them and see what level they're at right now. Alright, well, caught one, and now they all want to fight me. But I only got one to deal with, so that's good. Anyways, I like Volo as a villain. I think that it's a very good idea to introduce, having the villains introduced into the storyline much earlier than Pokemon games tend to do, and to integrate them into the story better. I think I'm just going to try to take this as an opportunity to fight a whole bunch of Snover, so I can finish up that Pokedex entry thing. But, like... there are some... Oh, there it is! I was wondering. Anyways, now, I mean, not everyone agrees with the writing in Pokemon, and the general thing I will say about the writing in Pokemon, it's not going to necessarily be the award-winning writing, like, because that's not the focus of these games. Like, I've not played Last of Us, but, like, that's the thing, like, a game like, but I've heard that The Last of Us has a really good story. But that's sort of the thing, like, a game like The Last of Us, kind of the whole point of it is, how am I going to get there? Alright, I actually need to kind of think about this because I very specifically want to get to a certain outbreak spot without making the other ones kind of go off. Anyways, God, I'm saying that a lot, but again, like, didn't sleep a whole lot, so that's just gonna be how it is. Anyways, I think I was saying this before. The way I feel like the Pokemon Company did do a good job with Volo. And I also think that they did a good job with Rose. I think they did Volo a little bit better than Rose, because like the way that they kind of set up, well, they did also have that cutscene in the beginning that the character didn't have, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I feel like Volo was set up much better as a villain. Because, like, he's introduced to you from the beginning, and he is always introduced to you as having, like, something of an ulterior motive. Like, he follows you around and tags along with you, not because he necessarily wants to help you, but because it's like, ooh, you have some weird connection going on, and some weird connection to the past, future, whatever going on, and he wants to know more about that. You, the player character, have somehow become connected to a whole bunch of myths and legends, and that's why he's interested in you. Rose, some of it is like, I think there is an opening, I think there is a scene early on with Rose when he explains stuff to Leon that does kind of set him up to be a bit of a villain. Or like, oh yeah, the energy crisis thing going on. That sort of thing. Anyways, that's my opinion. I like having Volo as the villain, and I like that they don't really shy away from that. Whereas in the past, they might have gone like, oh yeah, no, Giratina is the true villain in this story. That's a term that I keep using, antagonist, in this story. Because I feel like that's what they would have done in the past. Okay, and now I want to go do this hippopotamus one. Although before that, let's go pick up this bag. Because it is apparently very, very close. Oops. But yeah, like no one's gonna be happy with, not everyone is gonna be happy with the way Pokemon is written. Like, there are some people who were much happier with Sword and Shield, having like Leon actually do something in the story, and like having the adults be adults in that story. Like, one of the things with Pokemon has been like, you, the player character, have to solve the problems of the world. And like, there is like some of it where it's like you, just a random kid, go off and save the world in some sort of way. And that's interesting. Like, that's a lot of fun for a kid, and like, for a kid that can be quite empowering of like, nah, this kid wasn't special, but he became special. For Red, like, but then again, for like Pokemon Red and Blue, it's not really a world-ending situation that you're in. You're stopping a crime gang in Pokemon Red and Blue. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire is when they up the ante a lot more. But you're a kid and you get to go off and save the world, sort of thing. But again, like, some people are kind of annoyed that they just kept upping the ante so much in Pokemon games. And as players got older, they start to realize, like, hey, isn't it kind of ridiculous that kids are the ones taking care of this? Because, like, it is kind of strange that it seems like gym leaders and the champions and the Elite Four are kind of useless, all things considered. Like, not gonna lie to you, for like a lot of the Pokemon games, the Elite Four and gym leaders are just kind of there in their gyms, while you're the one running around defeating Team Rocket. Like, that's how it was in Gen 1, Gen 2. Lance does show up at the Lake of Rage, and in Gen 3, Steven Stone is there, but the rest of it, well, Steven Stone and Wallace are there, but for the most part it's like one or two characters are doing the thing, and everyone else is just kind of like off doing their own shit. And it's like, I am a kid, I am 10 years old, and I have to stop the crazy man from Sunny Shore from ending the world, and only Cynthia has shown up to help. And like, that game especially, you have Volkner, who just like uses up so much energy in his city that he shuts down the city. And why? Because he's bored. But that's kind of... like, that's a interesting take with the characters, especially in Sinnoh, like, and like that is something to consider for the past few generations. Like, until Gen 5, the gym leaders didn't do that much. The gym leaders and the Elite Four didn't do all that much. Like, very specifically, like, Volkner screws up royally. And I personally think that's great, that you have, like, a gym leader that is that careless. And, like, have it kind of highlight the difference. Between, a lot of the characters. So then we get to Gen 5. Where, like, here's the thing. I know I can switch to Samurott, but I also know that I probably need to... Oh gosh. I don't want to get too close right now. Numbered... Okay. So... Oh well. I did have enough that I didn't actually need to do that. Moving on though. Like, but yeah, like, for the first few generations, like, when the first people were kind of playing the game, I think this one's stuck in the wall. Dang it, it turned around. Anyways, like, for generations 1 through 4, you're a kid that has to go around saving the world. And, like, you're 10. In Gen 5, you actually do have some of the gym leaders starting to show up and, like, have jobs outside of battling. Like, Elisa is a model. But more importantly, you have the gym leaders that show up to kind of help out with the final fight. Now, Alder gets the short end of the stick in the Gen 5 storyline. And that was kind of, like, it was kind of to show how powerful N is. Like, he does beat the champion himself. Anyways, I want to fly there. Although, again, like, the writing with Elder, I personally always think that the writing for characters can be, like, one of the main ways to, like, make writing better is, like, introduce key characters early in the story. Like, if you want me to believe that Elder is, like, if you want me to understand the significance of N beating Elder, don't just tell me he's the champion, show me that he's the champion. And I think that's, like, a lot of it. Like, early on, we get shown Volpo, and we are shown, like, what sort of person he's like. He tags along with us when we get kicked out of Jubilife Village, because he's more interested in the stuff going on at the lakes than he is at helping us. And like, that's a concept that is introduced very early on. Like, he's very much more interested in the stuff around us and why we're in Hisui rather than us as a person ourselves. Now, he does come across as snake oily with like, oh, you're my best customer and all that stuff. But, well, anyways, hi Mai. Good work out there. It seems we may have learned all we can from the Highlands for now. There you two are. Hope your investigation's going all right. Adaman! We're doing great. I heard folks in our clan and the Pro clan are all helping investigate these massive mass outbreaks or whatever you call them. And I thought, what kind of leader would sit back and do nothing while you're all working? So I figured I'd grab whatever supplies I could find that might come in handy for you. Here, materials for those sticky glob things. Wow. Okay. How leader-like of you, Adaman. Don't make fun, Mai. I'm trying to help. You misunderstand me, Adaman. As the sister who helped raise you, I'm proud to see how far you've come. Mom. Listen, Kimiko, I've been wondering. Do you think these mass outbreaks could be some sort of trial from Mighty Dialga or Mighty Palkia? Yeah, maybe. It kind of feels like it, right? As if someone's telling us, if you got the guts to face a real test with your partners, take on these Pokemon. Otherwise, stand back. Quite like you to see it that way, Adaman. Yeah, well, I'd love to stay and talk, but I've got an appointment to keep with that Benny fellow. I've been trying to get him to teach me his tricks. Ninja skills? I want to know his recipes and his ninja tricks. Once I do, I'll give you a proper demonstration, but in the meantime, stay safe as you investigate. My. It seems having a trusted partner causes one to view these outbreaks in a rather different light. Now then, the Alabaster Icelands still await one more steep hurdle for us to overcome. Munch. Okay, Munch. And it appears Munchlax is eager to continue as well. We'll await you at Jubilai's front gate as usual. Join us when you're ready for another survey. So it's raining here, and I feel like getting out of Dodge. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh right, Gen 5 and the characters, and show don't tell. So one of the things that this game does like to do is, this series likes to do is tell us characters are strong rather than show us. Because the only way that they feel that they have as a way to show us is to have the player character battle someone. So like setting up N required showing us how strong he was, and to do that they had Alder take the fall. But the thing is that until that point oops, no, not yet. Let's talk to Mai. Anyways, let's also come in here. They had Alder kind of, well, get his butt handed to him by N. the problem is with that is that I feel like we didn't really get to see that Alder was a strong character. I think that for Black and White, what would have been a good way to show us how strong Alder was would be like set up that some of the sages, I think they were called, or even the Shadow Trio, or just a lot of the Plasma Grunts were beaten by Alder before he got to N, and have N stop him that way. Or have, like, the opening cutscene that we sometimes get being Alder beating a trainer in a battle. Or just, like, having on the TV on occasion, just, like, Alder beating a such and such character in a Pokemon battle. Just, like, establish Alder as a strong character rather as more than just telling us he is the champion. Or, like, have us try to fight one of his Pokemon early on in the game. And, like, yeah, you could win that fight if you're very persistent. But, like, 1v6 would be that sort of battle. Our last item of research is to look into the massive mass outbreaks in the Alabaster Icelands. Let's finish this, together. If you're ready, shall we embark on our investigation? Good, then let's head to the Snowfields camp. Yeah, so, or the other way too, it would have been having N, like having all of the gym leaders beaten. The cold here seems to cut right through you. What are you two doing here? I came to advise you that the massive mass outbreaks seen here in the Alabaster Iceland seem slightly different than the others. The outbreaks happen during rainstorms in other areas, but here they seem to be tied to blizzards. Blizzards, you say? It could just be the cold environment, of course, but I have to wonder if there's more to it. We better get to it. I think we should look into more outbreak locations than usual this time. Better get started. I know increasing the scope of our investigation is a lot to ask at this point. And even for someone with your skill, Kimiko, it will take a long time to check so many areas by yourself. It's a good thing I'm here to help you then, isn't it? And I suppose even Leon might be of some use. I appreciate the help. Not that I'm counting on you, because I'm not. Because it's, well, anyways. This will be your first time investigating these outbreaks, won't it, you two? Try not to overstrain yourselves. Certainly. To sum up, Kimiko will focus on just 3 areas, as she's been doing till now. Meanwhile, Slugoo and I will handle the remaining areas. There's something wrong with your math there, little man. You've left me out of the equation. So you can do basic math, can you? I know how to subtract you from this assignment for starters. I will finish all the remaining areas on my own. You needn't factor in. I can't tell if they hate each other or if they're both enjoying this. Either way, I imagine they would never have crossed paths if it hadn't been for you. I have some regrets now. For now, let us focus on investigating the outbreaks here in the Icelands. Alright, so I think this is a pretty good example of how the series is oops, I forgot to ask Munchlax for help. Where is she? Oops. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, my baby. My babies. Okay, there's a few that I definitely should do, like the Oshawotts. The Swinubs have the little star marker, as do the Magby, and the Magby are closer. The other thing too is Magby is a baby Pokemon, and I've been having trouble getting them. Anyways, I think that this is a good example of the series, the series writers starting to realize that they have side characters who can also do things. And not even just side characters to help you do things, but just the side characters can do stuff. Anyways, shoot. I was hoping to be able to catch some of the baby Pokemon without this Magmar. Samurott was burned. Of course. Great. Okay, I might have to switch Samurott. Yep. Damn it. Not what I wanted. No, I should have used Earthquake. The other one. Oh my god, that thing ran fast! Anyways, this is definitely some sort of fire duck. Alright, I think that they really want me to use more of the sticky globs, which I didn't bring with me, so we're just going to keep feeding Magby with berries. And hope that I don't lose more of them. Shoot. Obviously I'm supposed to have more sticky globs with me, so I think I do need to start adding those back in. Come on. Alright. A new horde. Oh, right. Yeah. So yeah, having those two characters show up to help investigate other areas is a way that the games, have kind of remembered other characters exist besides you and can have them do stuff. Would I still have liked to have been able to investigate more areas? Yeah. So I think they could still have done that and like say like have the player character investigate 2 areas. 2 more areas? Because there's still plenty of areas to investigate. But a lot of the... Or, like, give the players a choice? Of, like, yeah, you can do it, or... Like, give the players the choice of, like, yes, please help me, or no, I got this. And let the players make decisions like that if they want to. And I think that's one of the things that has happened with the games. And like that's been something from the beginning, because again, like what's been a centerpiece of the Pokemon games is the Pokemon, not the writing. And like some of that is definitely probably due to the space limitations. Like, what was more important for the writers way back in the beginning? The Pokemon or the story? The answer is the Pokemon. Alright, actually, before I go there, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go get more berries. And I'm going to go get the sticky globs. Because, man, they, really seem to want me to use those. But yeah, the games are still very much but thou must, in a way. And, well, I said but thou must. The games are still very much, there's only one decision to make. And that's very present in the dialogue options. There's not really an option for the player to be able to go, no thanks, or stuff like that. You know, I never considered doing just that. Alright, let's try that, and let's also try this. Doing some shopping. So yeah, the game still, like, wants you to do a very specific path. And the writers still don't have the option to allow the player to have choice. I'm phrasing it like that because way back when the games first came out, the writers probably very much did not have the option to give players a choice. There just wasn't enough space left in the game, probably, for them to be able to give, like, alternative dialogue options and just alternative options. Shoot. I guess they want me to, but I don't want to. Ah. Fine. So I think the one Pachirisu was trying to kill me. But, man, they just keep running away from me. I'm not getting the option to fight them. Finally. Anyways, yeah, so, like, the games do, like, remember that other characters have Pokemon too. And that's not really been something in the games until Gen 5, where the gym leaders do their job. They are leaders. And like that's been actually a big thing with the games, really when older players start growing up. And so like when Black and White came out, I was in university. I was a young adult. And like an actual young adult then. Not like a teenager young adult, where like you still don't really have control of your life. Whereas in university, I had a lot more control, for sure. God, I hope I can get to the Oshawott still. No! The Oshawotts are gone! What? But they're gone. Ah, shoot. Alright, so I'm probably going to be able to find Mai at the other camp, so I'm going to head there. Try to figure out what the hell's going on. But yeah, like, Gen 5 is when you actually have the leaders doing more in the games other than just leading gyms. They actually are out in the community trying to help. It seems the massive mass outbreak you were investigating has dissipated. We may as well return to Jubilee Village and wait for another massive mass outbreak to, well, break out. Shoot! Alright, so this one is pretty different than the other ones. Well, we're just gonna go back to the village until then. But yeah, shoot, I wish I had gone for the Oshawott one first. Well, I suppose this is actually going to be a pretty good time to not go into there. Now, it's going to be a good time to come over here. Hi there. Sort of leave with you. So, let's take the time to evolve. Well, actually, no, one of these I don't need to evolve anymore. But I do need to still evolve this one. So we're going to be adding it to the team very temporarily. So I'm going to figure out another Pokemon that I still need to evolve. But for now, we're going to evolve Snorunt. Anyways, Gen 6 is when they started having the gym leaders actually doing stuff. Gym leaders and other Elite Four members actually doing stuff in the game. And that was, like, in my opinion, that was a positive move. Now, the problem with the next generation is that they, in my opinion, the main problem that they had with the generation after, well, with the problem that they had with Kalos was they introduced way too many characters all at once. Again, the main thing that I have to say about Kalos is, why did we need all of those rivals at the beginning? It still doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, we have Frostlass. This is a Pokemon that I love to include on my team, no matter how delicate she turned out to be. Hello. So yeah, this is honest. Frostlass is one of my favorite Pokemon designs. But I didn't use her on my team because one of my goals with this game was to use Pokemon that I hadn't used before. Oh, massive mass outbreaks are back. Alright, so I need to pick one more outbreak, and this time I want to be very careful about it. So I've got plenty of berries. Oh, come on. I had Oshawotts here before. I had Oshawotts before. Ugh, I'm actually kind of mad about that. But let's go take care of the one that's right outside. And because that's the thing too, I also don't want to just keep rolling. Or I do want to actually continue on with the gameplay. Alright, so I decided to just fly my way over to the camp so that we could start taking care of the outbreak over here. But man, I missed an Oshawott outbreak. Aw, you can see its little eyes. Anyways. So, Gen 6, you do start to have some of the gym leaders and Elite Four, like, doing more outside of their role and actually kind of being a part of the story more. It's like Malva is a reporter and she's very significant to a certain team. And you have Diantha playing a role, although to be honest, I don't remember what she did. And again, like, some of it is... I think, like, they kind of got the memo on the whole, you have more characters in the game, use them, sort of thing. And they just took that a step too far and didn't really give those characters the room they needed to breathe. So, like, I don't really remember Diantha as a character. Oh, I have to defeat them with grass-type moves? Really? That seems like a bad decision. Also... they're tiny. I didn't notice that before until now. They're tiny. Or maybe just that one is. Anyways. So yeah, I think the Pokemon Company, they're starting to... They do make their writing has definitely evolved. Like, there's been ups and downs with it, and they're getting there. Now, going way, way, way back to the beginning of this whole topic, I personally liked the fact that Leon was there being the adult for you, and, like, doing the stuff that adults do, and, like, just being generally more involved with the story. And the game outright is... the game does outright go, like, you're a kid. Let the actual adult handle this. Now, some people did not like that, because it did, like, take away the player's involvement in the story. I think that they could have balanced that a bit better by having Leon, like, even just having two wild Dynamax Pokemon going on, happening at the same time, and having Leon ask you, like, I need to take care, having Leon go, like, I need to take care of this one, can you and Hop look after the other one until I can get there? Something like that. And if they had done that, then I think that could have been a good balance for, like, having the champion get involved in the story more, and just having the supposedly stronger characters being more involved in the story. Like, yes, they'll take care of some of the work, but I still need... but this is an emergency, can you help? Or, this is an emergency, buy me time. Or just, like, make the next friend rival be rebellious. And so, like, in Diamond and Pearl, Professor Rowan specifically asked you, the player, and two other children, literal children, to go investigate lakes. I think that it would have made more sense character-wise for a lot of people. Would have been Professor Rowan is like, I'm gonna go tell a proper adult to go investigate. You three should stay away from this, and then have Barry wait until Professor Rowan leaves and go like, we should investigate this instead. So you finished checking the 3 areas you were charged with in the Icelands. Munch. I've gotten word from Melly too. He says he's about ready to wrap it up. Leon said he and Melly worked together to investigate the last outbreak. Well then, it seems we're done here. You've worked tirelessly to investigate all across Hisui, but we still don't know what causes these mass outbreaks, and they pose a threat to anyone without strong partners at their side. It'd be nice if these outbreaks didn't put anyone in danger, but things rarely work out that easily. Perhaps these outbreaks are someone's way of telling us we must better understand the Pokemon with which we share our vast Hisui. Yeah, I could get behind that idea. But for now, we'd better get going if we want to make it on time. Come along, you two. Alright. But, yeah. So I think there are ways for the Pokemon game writers to still include the player in major plot points like that. This is the place. And we picked the perfect time. What do you think? It's beautiful. This lovely space given to us by mighty Palkia, and this fleeting time mighty Dialga gave us. Such a beautiful view is only possible because we have both, together. Hisui means so much to me. My love for it is as vast as the land itself. Tell me, Kimiko, did you enjoy surveying this land once again? It was a lot of fun. Was it? I suppose it's always thrilling to have a mystery to delve into. I enjoyed it too. Munch. I heard these mass outbreaks trigger some kind of reaction in your Munchlax, Mai. Is he doing alright? He seems fine. Pokemon remain mysterious creatures. Who's to say how he does it? I'm just grateful to him for helping us find the outbreaks and telling us what we'll find at each. That reminds me, I've spread the word that the people of Hisui should be alert for mass outbreaks during rainstorms. Thanks for that, Irida. Hopefully no more poor souls will wander into one unprepared and take a beating. Seems like our lives are going to keep on changing, and we'll keep adapting just as fast. An ever-changing Hisui. Tell me, Kimiko, how do you think the future people of Hisui will live with Pokemon? They'll battle in gyms. In gyms? What's a gym? And why would you battle in one, Kimiko? You say they're places where you can challenge a skilled battler to prove your mettle? Interesting. I'd like to be the one who deems a challenger worthy. Well, whatever may come of the future, aren't we lucky to have been born in such a fascinating, fast-changing times? You said it. Not that change is always good, and though always be people who don't want change at all. But hey, that's life. We'll just have to work hard and push on. And I'm glad we'll have you with us as we do it, Kimiko. Thanks for everything. You certainly have some curious ideas, but I suppose that's no surprise coming from someone who fell out of the sky. We may have finished our investigations for now, but Munchlax and I will continue to help you however we can. Munch. You know, Kimiko, perhaps these new outbreaks truly are just a gift from Almighty Sinnoh. A gift meant for you, for all the good changes you've brought to all of us here in Hisui. Hi, Dazzle. I think I just finished up the Daybreak line. Welcome back, Kimiko, and find work with your surveying. Pardon the imposition, but would you follow me to the training grounds? I called you here for one very specific reason. I wish to have you try your hand at a new form of Pokemon battle. I used to think that Pokemon were terrifying creatures. You helped me see otherwise. Thanks to you, there are some in this village who now enjoy battling with Pokemon. More and more of us see Pokemon as allies. It is for that very reason that I would like you to continue to further your trailblazing. I believe that taking part in a new form of battle will help deepen our understanding of Pokemon. In the midst of tough battle, what does your partner desire, and what is your opponent thinking? I believe that you have the ability to sense these things, and we will do our best to learn as well. This is quite a difficult request we have for you, but I'm sure you are up to the challenge. You may ask Ingo here for a more detailed explanation. I leave the rest to you, Ingo. Please let me know when you're ready to try your hand at these new battles. Alright, so I believe that this unlocks something new from Ingo. And Dazzle just woke up and they were supposed to keep shiny hunting. I was going to stream earlier today, but I was just so tired. Anyways, Garrett, the guard, wow, has a new request. So I'm going to pick this up first before I investigate Ingo's Paths of Solitude. Have you tried any of Ingo's Path of Solitude battles yet? Path of Solitude? Ah, the Path of Solitude, a chance to master the art of battling with a single Pokemon. Battling a tough opponent with just one Pokemon in your party feels like reaching for the stars. You've really got to know your Pokemon well so you can come up with the best strategy. On that note, I've got a request for you. They say the Path of Solitude is tough to beat, but that's exactly what I'd like to see you do. I'd give it a go myself, but, well, those sorts of battles are just way above my level. Bidoof's Path of Solitude. Eevee's Path of Solitude. Not finished yet. Wormadam's Path of Solitude. Abra! Blissey! Still more to go. Sneasel? Okay, what kind of Sneasel? Rotom, Bastiodon, Rosalia. Wow. Once you've completed the Path of Solitude with any of the Pokemon I just mentioned, come show me the mark in your Pokedex. Ah, okay, I just have to do it with one of those. Commander Kamado requested that I provide new formats for battling, and I have complied. Enjoy these new avenues for demonstrating your skill. Which would you like to attempt? Well, let's see what a Path of Solitude is. You will pit one of your Pokemon against Pokemon of my choosing. What will you do? Choose a Pokemon to battle with. You'll need to send the rest of your team away for now. Okay, so I can pick from the box. They're hell. Alright, sounds like fun. So, anyways, I could pick a legendary. I could pick one from my team right now. I feel like, you know, let's just try Ferenz. Oh, I have to move everyone else. Okay. So, well, first of all, okay, I thought it... This is the problem when you don't read the instructions clearly enough. I thought that it was going to be more like I pick the Pokemon and that's the one that gets registered rather than me emptying out my team. Very well then, let Ferenza's Path of Solitude begin. All aboard! Alright. Oh, come on! Alright, they're both gonna do the same amount of damage. And yeah, I don't have the benefit of awkward yet. Or even just being able to go fast. But I did have something to help. A little bit. But man, okay, so I do still get experience from these battles too. Most splendid. Ferenz has reached the final station on its Path of Solitude. I have added a mark signifying its victory to the page for Typhlosion in your Pokedex. Oh, okay. Allow me to give you a prize for completing the Path of Solitude. Alright, interesting. Oh, I should have accepted it. Chosen a different Pokemon. Alright, well anyways, we're going to do this again. Alright, so it's still the same Pokemon too. That has not changed. So let's try... nope. Because again, like, some of the problem is that I don't have the option to make those ones go faster, so... And even if I do that, I still don't get a better opening. So I'm still pretty much in the exact same boat. So like right now it's just a matter of surviving that. Okay. But yeah, good to know that I do still get experience from this. Because again, like, one of the things for me is that a lot of the times Pokemon battles at this time, like, they sometimes mean that you don't really get experience for doing the work. I'm not yet interested. Yo, my Magikarp needs some actual moves. How am I supposed to do this with a Magikarp if it can learn no moves? God, I hope I can choose some moves for it. It said Magikarp, right? Okay. I'm real confused right now. So we'll not be doing it with that one. I could do it with an Eevee, but not that Eevee. Now, I've got plenty of Rosalia here I can choose from. I've also got a ton of Rotom. So anyways, I think I will continue doing that later after I clean up my boxes a bit. That is where the hell part comes from. I'm trying to do it with the Magikarp. Because for me, like, that wasn't actually that bad. I haven't tried the Path of Tenacity yet, though. That, I feel like, is going to be something. Mysterious box. Ooh, mysterious box. Gimme. Hey, so how do you guys feel about your friend being, like, you know, well, being, who he is? Ooh, new request. Anyways. Also, can we just take a minute to talk about... Well, first off, there are some massive mass outbreaks over here. That's neat. But also, can we just take a minute to talk about... Well, also, there's more new requests around here, too. Can we talk about how... Like, we have over here Turn-Back Cave? I almost said Turnabout, like it's a Ace Attorney game. Ingo uses Pokemon built to destroy you. Oh, I like that. But yeah, can we talk about how this is called Ginkgo Landing? And over here we have Turnback Cave. I think that's a really good way to set up Volo's... Like, I think that's a subtle way to set up Volo's character of having this place being called Ginkgo Landing. And over here you have Turnback Cave. Because, like, I've been wondering in the game, like, what's the significance of this place being called Ginkgo Landing, but we have nothing of the Ginkgo Guild here? And, well, I kind of got my answer about it. Anywho. I think it would have been nice to see some people of the Ginkgo Guild there, but... Anyways. I've just been told of the foul plan Volo had concocted. Well, think no more on that scoundrel. Just another tale of passion burning too bright and consuming its bearer. That is what happens if you allow it to. But what of you? Are you making progress with your, what do you call your studies of Pokemon? Surveying, was it? It's going alright. Indeed? Well, Hisui still holds more fascinating Pokemon. Shall I speak to you of one of them? Which Pokemon would you hear about? Tornadus because that's, Unova. Ah, yes, Tornadus. It flies every direction. In every direction it flies, stirring up tremendous storms as it goes. When a blizzard batters the Alabaster Icelands, Tornadus may be about. Thunderous? Now Thunderous, as it flies around, it fires bolts of lightning every which way. When a rainstorm lashes the Cobalt coastlands, Thunderous may be about. Landorus. Ah yes, Landorus, the Pokemon hailed as the guardian of the fields. It seems it can be glimpsed in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Perhaps you'd be so good as to catch it for me? I'm done, thanks. Is that so? I know not why these three have chosen to show themselves. Perhaps the cause lies with the space-time rift, or simply with their own whims. I suppose their stirring up storms and casting bolts of lightning may trouble you aplenty, but nature has need of such things. If you wish to know more, you'd best study the Pokemon for yourself. When you've completed entries in your Pokedex for Landorus, Tornadus, and Thunderous, come and speak with me. Alright, so that was the new request waiting for us there. Alright. So, I've kind of lost track of my own thoughts right now. And I have only one Pokemon with me. In the meantime, let's see what sort of... Right. Seek out all the Pokemon there are to meet them, play your flute upon the dais of the Temple of Sinnoh. Okay, I can't do that one. Literally no idea how to do the... He recommends that you battle with a sturdy Magikarp that can withstand a lot of damage. Okay. He recommends that your Roselia seize its chance when the opponent is drowsy. He recommends that your Bastiodon swap its offensive and defensive stats. Okay, I have an idea for that one. He mentioned that there's a mechanical item that will give your Rotom the advantage. I wonder which one. Sneasel. Alright, so the other ones don't really have any advice. So I've got not too much time left and I am quite tired today. So I might wrap it up early because also I've just been kind of ranting this entire time, which is usual for me, but also today more than usual I feel like I've lost track of my thoughts quite a bit and rambled on a bit more than usual. Anyways, let's come back to Ingo. Let me try to select my Pokemon, and I just remembered I was going to try to pick my Pokemon later, but should have an Eevee. That's the Eevee I want. Yeah, I do need to clean up my decks. My pastures a bit more. Alright, so let's try Path of Solitude with this Eevee. Not that I checked anything about this Eevee in particular. So that's probably going to be an issue. I wish I had thought about its moveset. Ah! Yep, that's a Pokemon that is sent out to destroy me. Thankfully, though, one, I have Mimic, which is going to be quite helpful. But what I need to do right now is get it to use Snarl. Unfortunately, yeah. And yeah, I don't... Well... I can't use items, okay. That's kind of what I thought, so the main thing going for me right now is going to be hoping Eevee will just be able to survive all of this. Yep. So I'm not going to attempt it right now. I just wanted to see what would happen with this Eevee. So anyways, whee! I want to climb up here. Anyways, I think that's where I'm going to call it for today. Finishing up the Daybreak storyline was cute, mostly. Mostly it was cute the way that it ended. We didn't really get any answers, but I think that's okay. And we'll figure it out later. And who knows, maybe we'll never get answers. Do we need answers for everything? No, we don't. And I think that's really kind of the storyline with Volo and the Daybreak thing. We don't need answers to every mystery in the world. Some things are okay to keep a mystery. And I think that's the real ending for this storyline, for this story. Not every mystery needs to be solved right away. So anyways, I think that's where I'm going to end it here. So bye-bye for now. Don't do what Volo did. Do what the main characters did. Don't go seeking answers that don't exist. Bye-bye.